Hey jammers, welcome back to another video. In today's video we are going to be reviewing common Animal Jam scams and how to avoid them. Also, if my audio sounds a little bit better, it's because I got an actual microphone. Was it $3 from Five Below? Yeah, but does it improve my audio quality? Anyways, I actually had to do a little bit of research for this topic because scamming has become much more advanced than when I first started playing the game, so this actually ended up being an educational journey for me as well. First and foremost, I think the most obvious and the most long-term Animal Jam scam is trust trading, which can come in a variety of different forms actually. Some jammers will ask to try on one of your items to make an outfit with it or just to see how it looks on their avatar, with the promise that they will trade you your items back, but instead they'll actually end up just unbuddying you and not giving you your items back. There's also trust trading contests, where a host will promise a really great prize to whoever can trade the best items. It'll be a cycle of you trading them your items and then them trading you your items back, until eventually you trade something pretty good and they won't trade it back to you. Trust trade scams are pretty easy to avoid. Really just don't give your items away for free unless you expect to not get them back. Even if it is a really close buddy of yours, just don't really give away items for free. Unfortunately, there are some jammers who will go as far to create whole friendships with people just to get their items, and that's unfortunate, but trust trading scammers really do prey on jammers who trust people wholeheartedly. Never put your faith in a stranger you met online, because you truly never really know who's on the other side of the screen. Another scam I see quite frequently actually is a sapphire drop scam. However, I don't really understand this scam because the scammer doesn't really get anything out of it. These scammers will ask jammers to go to their den and promising to drop a large amount of sapphire potions. It's usually 100 potions or something. And once they get a significant number of jammers in their den, instead of actually dropping the promised sapphires, they just lock everybody out of their den instead. Honestly, I don't really get this scam because all it does is waste everybody's time, including the scammers. You know, maybe the goal is to scam people out of their time or something, but I honestly don't really get it. Personally, this feels like more of a troll to me than a scam, but I don't know, in the Animal Jam community, this is widely referred to as a scam. My shops are an amazing way to get sapphires in Animal Jam. However, it's very easy to get scammed out of sapphires. One scam I see literally all the time is the BOGO or buy one get one free scam, where a scammer will ask you to purchase something from their shop, promising that you'll get some sort of free prize after your purchase. Usually they promise a pet or some sort of rare item, but usually these offers are too good to be true. There are some generous jammers who actually will give you a free item with your purchase. However, to avoid getting scammed, it's best to just avoid these BOGO shops or to purchase from them knowing that you most likely won't get anything. I do have to forewarn you guys, the next two scams, these are the last two scams, are completely unscripted. I just have bullet points. I actually just got home from getting vaccines and I was pooping myself. I was so scared, so I actually didn't finish writing the script, but I do want to get this out before my schedule gets busy, so you're gonna have to bear with my unscripted madness. So the next scam is actually big sapphire purchases, which can be beneficial, but usually it's pretty easy to get scammed this way. So there's actually two ways you can get scammed. You can get scammed as a buyer or a seller. So with buying, it's actually very easy to be sold junk and then not get the actual item that you were hoping to get. So let's say somebody's selling a raccoon tail for 40,000 sapphires, and they'll have you purchase a bunch of junk items for 5,000 sapphires each, and then they'll give you the raccoon tail for another 5,000 sapphires after you purchase all the junk. Do you see where I'm going with this? It can get it's pretty easy just to purchase all this junk, and then the seller actually never puts the raccoon tail on trade or up in their shop, and then you just never get it, and then you just blew through 35,000 sapphires and never got anything. As a seller, it's also very easy to get scammed, unfortunately. Some sellers will try to sell the big item first to avoid looking like a scammer. However, this usually ends up with them getting scammed. So same thing with the 40,000 sapphire raccoon tail. Let's say you put the raccoon tail up for sale first for 5,000 sapphires, and then your buyer never purchases the other junk items. So you end up just selling a raccoon tail for 5,000 sapphires, which really isn't desirable at all. The best way to avoid this is to look for trustworthy sellers online. And as a seller, it's really difficult to not get scammed by buyers. Honestly, I think the best way to avoid getting scammed by buyers would be to sell the big item last, but to establish a trustworthy profile, if that makes sense. There are some jammers on like YouTube or Instagram or Discord or Reddit and stuff like that who have entire accounts that are just dedicated to selling items. It's very helpful to look through these different social media accounts to find a trustworthy seller, because most of these sellers will include like videos with like proof of purchase and stuff like that, so that you know that they are a reliable person to buy through. However, this does get tricky, and honestly, there's always a risk of getting scammed. The second and final little item purchase scam is the scam where you purchase Animal Jam items with real money, which honestly, it just sounds like a bad idea, and it's actually against Animal Jam's terms of service to purchase items with real money. So it's just best to avoid this at all costs. Just never ever purchase items with real money. But the way this can go, it's same thing. You can get scammed as a buyer or a seller. So as a buyer, you can easily Venmo your seller like $5, and then they'll promise to trade you whatever item you're purchasing, and then they just never send it to you. Most of these sellers who are scammers, they actually get these items by scamming other players or by hacking them into the game. So there's really not like an ethical way of getting items in game, honestly. So it's best to avoid this, just to avoid any drama, and also just because it's against Animal Jam's terms of service. As a seller, it's also very easy to trade your buyer the item first, and then they just never send you the money. So you can get scammed both ways as both a buyer and a seller. It's a very slippery slope, and again, against Animal Jam's terms of service. So it's really best to just avoid these situations at all costs. I know it can be very enticing to purchase like Teal Forest gauntlets for $2, but you're putting your bank account information on the line, or if you're a minor, you're putting your parents' bank account information like at risk, which honestly, it's not good in either situation. So there's no way to avoid the scam, really. Just the best way is just to not get involved ever. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so sorry you had to sit through that unscripted insanity, but I hope this provided some helpful tips to anybody who may be unaware of Animal Jam scams and how to avoid them. Again, scamming has become a lot more advanced and a little bit harder to avoid nowadays. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll have this week's Star Jammers of the Week on screen right now. And thank you again for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow my YouTube, oh my gosh. See, this is unscripted. Follow my Instagram and my TikTok down in the little description. And thank you again for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.